It didn't taste well. So God supernaturally provides the manna, but instead of being grateful for the food, they complain about it and that they're not getting meat. Forgive me. Forgive me, God, for the times that I've been ungrateful. It's easy to look at them and be critical. Look what God says to them in Numbers 11:18. God says this, he says, consecrate yourself, for tomorrow you will eat meat. For you have wept in the hearing of the Lord, saying, who will give us meat to eat? For it was better for us in Egypt. Therefore the Lord will give you meat, and you will eat it. He goes on in that passage and tells them that they're going to eat so much meat, not just for 1 day or 10 days or 20 days, but for a whole month until it comes out of your nostrils and you loathe it. We need to be careful what we're grumbling and complaining about. Because sometimes God answers those prayers too. And he does it to get our attention. You see, God was trying to teach his people another important aspect of ingratitude here, that a lack of gratitude is simply a lack of perspective. A lack of gratitude is simply a lack of perspective. They lost perspective on where they were, what they'd seen, where they'd been. And instead of realizing they were being fed, and all they had to do was go collect it each day, they were angry. They were dissatisfied. This happens to me often. I can get so fixated on the decisions of others, the images of others. I mean, social media can be really good. Anybody scrolled through pictures of other people this week and thought, man, must be nice if I could have. Must be nice if my situation was, look at that house they're meeting in. Oh, they're posing by their new. And we get fixated on all these things that we can't have, that we don't have, that others have. And we lose perspective on what I have. And I forget to see the blessings within my own family, within my own boys. And I can choose. There's a choice. I can choose to look at all the challenges and all the problems and say, God, why this or why not that? Or I can choose to say, wow, God, look at what you've done here and there. Look at who you are. Perspective is everything. I was in a movie theater. Oh, it's been a couple. Actually, it was when I first started coming to Relevant. It was right before the pandemic. We were down on the south side of Grand Rapids, and we were going to one of the I can't remember. It was a Star Wars movie. And I'm in line. There's about 7 or 8 people in front of me in line to get popcorn, and I'm there about to give my life away for a popcorn and drink. So I'm complaining already. And I'm in line, and all of a sudden, the guy at the counter is just going off. I mean, he's screaming and yelling. I don't know what he's saying, but I can tell he's angry. His arms are, and this girl's like beet red behind the counter, and you can tell she's flustered. And he like smacks his hand on the counter and then storms off, and I can see he's coming right by me. And, all I could think was, man, what a jerk. That was my first thought. And then my second thought was, maybe I should trip him. I mean, literally, I remember thinking that. And I'm thinking, well, I'm here with this new church people. They don't even know who I am. What would Jesus do? Okay, so don't trip him. So I kind of gave him one of these, looks, like a tough guy look. And he was bigger than me, and he didn't see it. Nobody saw it. I felt better. But he walked right past me. And about 3 or 4 minutes, I get up to the counter. And the first thing on my mind is I go to that girl, and I'm like, what was that guy's problem? And this is what she said to me. She said, you know what his problem was? He was angry with me because I overfilled his bowl of popcorn. I overfilled his bowl of popcorn, and he was worried that the butter might get on his shirt as he turned and walked to the movie, or he might spill it on the way to his seat. And that's when I knew, Jesus would have tripped him. no doubt. So, the guy was upset because she filled his bucket of popcorn too full. And God, forgive us for the times when you filled our buckets. You filled our buckets and got us through another week, got us through another day, got us through hard times. It's so easy to lose perspective, and we turn God's blessing into a reason to complain. They make fun of these people sometimes on social media. One of my sons made fun of me for using this in the sermon, but I'm going to go ahead and do it again. There's a hashtag out there, hashtag FWP, if you've ever heard of this. So people will post things, they'll complain on their Instagram or their social media, and then other people will screenshot it and hashtag it FWP, meaning first world problem. So let me just give you a couple. We're going to put them on the screen. So frustrating to get home from the grocery store and not be able to fit all the food in the refrigerator. Just so